Being smart means nothing if you can't respect yourself in private. That's the fracture moment, the tiny crack in the mirror that most intelligent people ignore. You think your intellect is a shield, a fortress, but it doesn't protect you from the one person who sees everything. You. Every time you act beneath your standard, a recording starts. Every time you take the easy way out, betray a personal promise, or shrink when you know you should stand tall, you become your own surveillance camera. The footage doesn't get erased, it gets stored, and it leads to a haunting question. One that might just be the most important you ever answer. What if your own subconscious is broadcasting who you truly are, and life is simply mirroring it back? This isn't about punishment or karma in the way we usually think. It's about a mechanism, an invisible process that runs in the background of your life. Let's call it the hidden broadcast. Your subconscious mind is not a moral judge, it's a data recorder. It doesn't care if an action was good or bad. It only records the event, and more importantly, how you felt about yourself during it. Every time you see yourself act in contradiction to your own values, that moment you said yes when you meant no, that project you rushed knowing it wasn't your best work, that difficult conversation you avoided, it's logged. This data isn't just stored, it's compiled. It solidifies into a frequency, an energetic signature. This signature becomes your hidden broadcast, a constant signal sent out into the world. This signal tells life, the universe, other people, and every opportunity what level of respect, success, and love you are calibrated to receive. You don't get punished by the universe, you get mirrored by it. The broadcast doesn't say what you want, it says what you've proven to yourself you are. This is the bedrock of what we call energetic alignment, and it's the invisible ceiling in your life. In business, in relationships, in your personal growth, your energetic alignment decides how high you can go. If your broadcast signal is set to, "I don't keep my word to myself," you can't be surprised when big opportunities don't trust you to show up. This is where the subtle downfall begins. This is the collapse of deserving. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, quiet erosion. Once that inner baseline of self-respect drops, your sense of self-worth follows. You might still perform, you might still achieve, but the internal feeling is gone. You're running on fumes. When your feeling of deserving drops, your expectation of what's possible for you also drops. You stop aiming for the stars and start settling for just getting by. Your dreams feel less like a destination and more like a fantasy. And when your expectation drops, the most fascinating and terrifying thing happens. Your nervous system begins to actively reject anything that operates on a frequency higher than your current self-image. Success starts to feel unsafe. Genuine praise feels fraudulent. A healthy relationship feels overwhelming. The result? Smart people fail. They self-sabotage. It's not because they aren't capable, brilliant, or hardworking. They fail because their energetic field will not let them rise above the identity they secretly believe in, the one they've been recording in private. We see this everywhere. It's the overthinker who spends months creating the perfect business plan, but never launches. Because the identity of aspiring entrepreneur is safer than the broadcast of successful leader his nervous system would reject. It's the high achiever who gets to the final round of interviews, right on the edge of a life-changing promotion, and then inexplicably fumbles. Her broadcast of "not quite enough" was stronger than her resume. And it's the helper, the friend who is always there for everyone else, constantly giving away their time and energy to feel valuable. Their broadcast is, "My worth is based on my utility to others," so life keeps sending them people to drain them, preventing them from ever building their own foundation. This is the core of why smart people fail. They are outmatched by their own hidden broadcast. So it's time for the inner interrogation. It's time to turn the lens inward and face the mirror. Let these questions land. Don't rush for an answer, just feel them. First, if I wouldn't respect the person I am in private, why should I expect genuine respect in public? Think about it. The way you cut corners when no one's looking, the promises you break to yourself. If you saw someone else behaving that way, would you hand them your trust, your admiration? Second, if I dilute my integrity when no one's watching, what else am I lowering without even noticing? Your standards for relationships, your financial discipline, your health? Integrity isn't a switch you can flip, it's a muscle. When you let it atrophy in one area, the weakness spreads. And finally, am I being kind, or am I compensating for a version of myself I secretly don't admire? This is where people-pleasing is born. It's not an act of genuine generosity. It's an attempt to overgive, to create a positive external image that masks the negative internal recording. You're trying to drown out your own broadcast with the noise of other people's approval, but it never works because you don't attract what you want. You attract what your energy confesses, and that confession is happening whether you know it or not. Your energy never lies. Our energy tells the truth that our mouth tries to hide. It's the invisible signal that everyone, on a subconscious level, can detect. You can walk into a room with a perfectly crafted speech about your confidence and competence, but if your energetic broadcast is humming with the frequency of self-betrayal, people will feel it. They won't know why, but they'll feel a sense of incongruence, a disconnect between your words and your vibration. This incongruence repels trust. It repels opportunity. It repels deep, authentic love. You may say you're confident, but your field says you've betrayed yourself. You may say you deserve the promotion, but your broadcast says you'll sabotage it. This is why some highly intelligent people can't lead. They have all the right ideas, but their energy broadcasts guilt, doubt, or a deep-seated apology for taking up space. It doesn't broadcast power. When you act in true alignment, when your private actions match your public declarations, something shifts. You don't have to prove your worth anymore. You don't have to sell yourself. Your presence speaks for you. Your energy enters the room before you do, and it communicates trust, integrity, and power on a level that words can never touch. So how do we fix a corrupted broadcast? How do we rebuild from the inside out? It's a process, a reconstruction framework. There are 3 steps. First is awareness. Brutal, honest, non-judgmental awareness. You must be willing to look at the recordings. Take out a piece of paper and list everything you know you've done that has weakened your own respect for yourself. The small things, the big things. Don't judge it. Don't spiral into shame. Just face it. This is the raw data. You cannot change what you are not willing to see. Second is ownership. This is the radical shift in perspective. You must understand that your frequency, your broadcast, holds more creative power than your effort. Pushing harder from a place of low self-respect will only lead to burnout. Ownership means writing down the behaviors that align with your highest frequency. Who is the version of you that you would be proud to record? What do they do when no one is watching? How do they speak to themselves? This becomes your new blueprint. Third is recalibration. This is where the work happens. You must commit to daily actions that you would be proud to be recorded by. It starts small. Keeping a promise to yourself to go for a walk. Finishing a task with excellence, even if no one will see it. Speaking your truth in a low-stakes situation. Every time you choose the aligned action, you are recording new data. You are overwriting the old broadcast. When your inner witness, that internal surveillance camera, starts to see a pattern of integrity, the field strengthens. Your sense of deserving begins to return. This is the true path to an identity shift. When your energy aligns with integrity, your external world finally trusts you with abundance. This is energetic alignment for business success, for fulfilling relationships, for a life you actually respect. This brings us to the superior law, the one that governs everything else. Nothing you do is ever unseen, because you are always watching. You are the witness, the judge, and the jury of your own integrity. The universe doesn't respond to who you pretend to be. It responds to who you've proven yourself to be in private. So if your life feels stuck, if opportunities seem to pass you by, if respect feels just out of reach, stop looking outside for the problem. Look at the broadcast. Your life is not punishing you. It's broadcasting you. Change the broadcast and you'll change your entire world. If this video woke something in you, don't scroll, sit with it. Comment "I saw myself" if this message hit you. Save this for when you need to remember who's really watching.